Okay. So, thanks for this, guys. We'll continue tomorrow. So the one generator started, and the other one just needs a little bit of love. I think we got it. Hola, amigos. Okay. We're going to get the gas out of this generator before we go any further. It's a bit old, so I'm going to use this, what I call bad gas container. And actually, it's whistle clean inside. So let's do this. Yes, Mrs. Pendner's home right now. Okay, you guys don't need to watch me fool around like this. You probably love it though. It's coming. Okay, that was a big step. Good. Close. Okay, well, I don't have to, you guys don't have to watch this craziness. Okay, that's just about it, but I want you to see something. I don't know if you can. Do you see that squiggly, ugly looking clear snake down there? I think that's solidified gasoline. Now you guys can call it anything you want. But there's the evilness that clogs carburetors right there. Hey, now we're looking at her. I'm going to get that with a rag. Do you think I'll be able to get her? There's probably 15 more in there just like it, right? Okay, let's have a look and see. Well, the little snakeroo is gone. Snakeroo, that was what I learned in biology. Well, it's hard to say because it's been squished into the rag. I'm going to try a couple more times though, because there's a few more ugly looking things in there. Alright guys, this choke came off that generator and it has a broken choke actuator. It still works, but the handle's broken off. So I've got one in my hoard. It doesn't fit that tight though. I wonder why. Is the shaft a different size? Yeah, it might. No, I don't think so. Here's the old one. Alright. It's still kind of half wobbly too. Maybe it's got to clamp down on something. Oh. So it's the same problem. There we go. So what keeps that on there? Gravity? No. It's probably... there's a bracket right here. Holding that on there. A pivot. Okay, so we're good. So I'm going to use this as a replacement for this. And we'll just wrap this guy back up. It's still a good carburetor, right? Alright, this is a clean carburetor. So let's pull this generator forward. And there should be a seal on there. Yes, there is. And I'm going to hook this up, except for the fuel line. Good. Oh, throttle. Throttle and dampener spring. Now this dampener spring is broken. I see why. It's just lost its hooky dooky. Do you guys see that? Hooky dooky. So we're going to put a little bend in this dampening spring, hook it back up again, hoping that it fits not too tightly. All it does is just keep the throttle lever from fluttering, I believe. Don't forget I'm self-taught, right? Now, throttle spring, dampener goes right there. I see. What was that? I see, said the blind man who picked up his hammer and saw. I gotta go through the I'll show you what I've done just in a minute. Pliers for sailor in. Brewster 50 cents. No phone, no food, no pet. And small engine stuff is hard enough when you're young. Come on, I just want to hook this spring on here. Oh, you dirty. Oh, I gotta take a break. Be right back. Alright, I got it. That's the throttle arm right there. You see that? And then the spring is right underneath it. Okay. So now we just have to put the carburetor cover air filter assembly back on. It's just 4 months. But I'm going to put a little bit of gas in this right now and just drain the tank a little bit, drain the screen in the tank, and then connect up the gas line. I'll be right back. Okay, so I don't know what you've seen. The fuel line's connected up now. I drained a little bit of gas out of the petcock, and it's not leaking out of the carburetor, so that's a good sign. And now I'm just going to, with your permission, install the air cleaner and carburetor holder on our bracket. That's the technical name. Air cleaner assembly. It's all good, eh? What are you guys looking at? You looking at the motor of the car? Or... So now what I want to do is I want to keep this from flopping off, the new choke lever, eh? Because it works like a charm, but there's... Oh, this might hold it on. We'll see. Oh dear, it's too short. It's too short. Unless I'm doing something wrong. I bet you that's why the last one is not right. So I'm going to check around and see what I can find. Alright, so the carburetor's on. The gas is turned on. The bracket that holds the air filter is on. The crankcase ventilation tube is on. So if I crack this nut, we should see just a tiny bit of gas come out of the carburetor. If it doesn't, we got problems. Wait, don't run. These kind of problems are lots of fun. There comes the gas. Here comes the gas. You guys can't see it, but there it goes. I'll tighten that back up again. I could have used my ratchet wrenches for that, but they're in the other toolbox. So I almost think we're ready to fire this up. What do you guys think? Yay or nay? Look at that, it only took these tools to put this back together with a pair of needle nose. Okay, so let's make sure we got a little throttle action. We do. We'll warm it up and then we'll change the oil. Oh, we got to make sure we put the gas cap back on so we don't get too much crap. We have gas. Okay. Engine on. Now this choke is really lousy. I'm not happy with this choke arm at all, eh? But it is doable. So now we'll go to choke. And it should fire, guys. It's centered on the stand. And I bet you she fires on the first pull now. After all we've been through. And we'll get a circular saw to test it. No, I do not have an AC load box, and I should. I used to work with them, but I just don't have the money for a $5,000 AC load box. All right, I think I'm just gonna give it a test pull short, turn it off. Good. Turn it on. And we'll see what we got. Choke, choke. Okay, we can open the choke a little bit now. Run some gas through it. Okay guys, I just increased the size of the jet a tiny bit. I know I should have had you online, but I just used my welding torches and went in there and brought it up one size. You've seen me do that before. You can go back, Bruce Pender jetting carburetors or something like that, and you can look at the exact same Honda and the exact same, well, it's a Honda clone, but it's the exact same thing. So now we're going to see if it surges. That's the only reason why I did this. Okay, filter. I don't know which, oh yes, this is definitely the inside. It's got the marks, the cross pieces. And then El Schnapo. I wonder what side's up and down on this one. Oh, I see, it's got to be down there. You just have to look. Sometimes there's a gap, sometimes there's a... Oh, that one doesn't go, so it's got to turn around. See? You just got to play. That's what small engine stuff's all about, guys. Fiddling with things. Okay, I think we're good. I just got to change the oil on this bad boy and I get to have a break. But we'll try her one more time. No choke or choke? gas changed oil. And I'll just show you the plug that you use to change the oil with, and then we're home free. So it doesn't run like a new one, but you can tell it's been around the block a few times, eh? So what's the best side to change the oil on? Really, it doesn't matter, does it? It looks like this side's had all of the abuse. I've had some pretty stubborn oil changing plugs in my day. It's a 12. And I'm going to put this gas here. So I'll just show you that. We'll start it and then we'll turn you off. I'm going to change the oil from this side because that's the side that looks like it's been changed on 2 or 3 times in its poor life, right? I'm just going to break this, but I'm not going to make it leak. But I'm going to need a bigger socket. Oh boy. 12 millimeter. That looks like about that size right there. Sorry for the wavies. Trying to keep you guys in the loop as much as I can, right? Okay. Those are, I don't know why, but those are always a knuckle buster. So now I just got to get the oil out of this, or the gas out of this piece of Imperial margarine container. We don't use margarine in our house. It looks like we do, but we don't. I scoop them from people because they're just the perfect size. Now this is going to be ugly, so I want to divert some of this with a piece of cardboard. Shouldn't take long. Oh, we're looking at the moon. Oh, I'm sorry guys. We're changing the oil on the generator. This gets rid of the rest. Good. Good enough for this kid. Well, this oil is almost as thin as gasoline. It's almost like some of the gas from the engine got into the oil. It could be. And now, did you guys want to see my new oil waste container? Nothing really to look at, really. So you're going to pull this off, wipe the bottom, put it up there. Okay, now we have to make sure that we tighten up that nut before we do anything. They must make those crankcases out of good aluminum because I've never broken one yet. Touch wood. Alright, come with me. I finally got a better place to get rid of my oil. I guess it's not that thin, it's just a hot 1030, right? I got a little, just right in the back of the garage, I got this oil, 5-gallon oil pail. I just pour them in there like that, and I just leave it in there for a day even, and let the oil, it almost cleans itself if you leave it long enough. Okay, so I just got to put 500 milliliters into this generator and we're done. Clean air filter, it's running. Don't like the choke adapter, but hey, that's life. Okay, this generator tested good the other day, and I don't know if it's got many hours on it. The oil is a bit black, but I really don't think it's been run much since the last time it had been tuned up. And it says serviced February 119. So let's just give her a yank. And the choke, I like that choke. You guys know me, I'll test them 3 or 4 times before we're done. And we'll just do this one again. Choke. I don't think we'll need a choke, I really don't.